Hello folks and welcome back to the channel. Today we are on our way to Autopolis. Now as you know, update 1.31, they've actually reset all the charts. We have got only our existing record times available, or lap counts, or whatever it is, and all the tables have been wiped. So with the human combat emissions the way they are, and the fact that we got in the top 10 stars on a couple of them, I want to see if I can get back up there and possibly improve. So what we've done is we've fettled with a couple of setups. We've done them before and we don't usually do this, but because they've wiped the leaderboards, we're going to try and beat what we previously did. So in Autopolis, which is where we're going today, which is the K Cup, PP of 400 or less, we are going to be using the Honda Beat 91 Comfort Soft Tyres, target of PP 400. We're in at 392.14. Now, you can freeze frame this if you like and copy it down, but I'm just going to run through it. Comfort Softs as directed by the race, fully customizable suspension. I don't believe we've changed that much, but you can change that as you see fit. If you want to make it tighter for yourself, looser, whatever. Fully customizable diff, again, I believe that's default settings. Manual transmission at 300. I don't believe we've made any changes there. You can actually go through them as you see fit. Again, freeze frame it and go through it. Power restrictor fully open, normal ECU at 100. Now you can go customizable ECU because this is a glitch setup, don't forget. Downforce on the rear 200, downforce on the front 100. We had those set completely different the last time we did it, so we've had a bit of a twitch about. We actually ran a turbo last time. This time we're not going to. Intercooler at normal, everything at normal except for the brake system. Racing slotted discs, racing brake pads. We've actually put all the weight reductions on, and we know it's a glitch setup because they put the PP down, and your increased body rigidity is installed, and we've got a clutch and flywheel, a racing one. So with that being the case, let's just discuss what the situation is. So the situation is this: we scored 26 laps last time. Let's have a quick look at the ranking board. We're not on it yet. One of our friends has set 27 laps with the Beat 91. Nice job. Usual fast boys are up here, and JB's got his own special set for the S660, and I know Sphinx is pretty fast with the Cappuccino. I don't know if that's an engine swap or a normal one. I can't get the engine swap down to 400 pp. I'm about 1.19 pp away. Top 10 stars, all Beat 91, and look at that, somebody has slipped in a 28 lapper there, so that's highly possible, and that's what's driven me to keep using the Beat 91. If we get 26 laps, there's a chance we're going to get in there, but if we get 27 laps, we're definitely going to be on there, so that's what the target is, 27 laps. Settings for the race today are going to be traction control 1, default ABS. We're using manual transmission, but we are going to use counter steer assistance today on strong. Controller settings, open button configuration, and we've got max torque 5, force feedback sensitivity 6. So with the case being there, we see the top rankings. We're hoping to be top of the tree. We're going to try and put 27 in. If we can't, then Gran Turismo 522, you've done really, really well. But let's see how we go, folks. Off we go. Fuel map to 6. Brake balance all the way to the front. Now I have terrible trouble with my spinny dial down there. I'm going to have to find a new way of getting through my bits and pieces. Braking points, they're pretty much the old ones as we used to use here all the time. It's the orange marker on the left hand side. I was just being a bit cagey in there first time. We hope to be in first place by the time we get to the end of the first lap. Now we were running 2:17s in the last time we attempted this, and we only managed 7 laps on a set of tyres. That was the fuel. So the idea of what we've done is we've taken the turbo off in an attempt to give us better fuel miles. and I'm fighting with the old enemy here. See if we can go around the outside. We're using that counter steer assistance to try and stop this back end fighting us. Look how much it does fight us. Look at that. We just keep plodding on. 6th gear. I can be first here if I really want to, if I really have a clean lap at it. But let's see how we go. I'm still suffering with cold and cough, folks. I have to apologise, it's just not leaving me. We will be sliding through that corner a lot just later. It's a little bit different. I've done a few practice laps. I've done 30 odd mile practice just to get a feel for the car, just to tweak the setup, just to try and give us that bit more. Try and understand how we can get more laps out the car. And I am much quicker than I was when we did this last time, so my plan is to just try and do stops on every 8th lap. Don't want any penalties, don't want to spin out, don't want to lose nothing. There we are, into first place, so that's a great target set now. Now we're just going to romp on. So I'm about 4 seconds off my best start, which is a bit poor. But let's see if it's key at the end of the race. I don't think it will be at this point. But if we can lap in the 2:10 sort of time zone, and we can do 8 laps, at 2:10s, there's a possibility we might dip in to that 27th lap, which would be really, really nice. And that counter steer assistance is really just holding the back end in. What it will do is it'll stop us attacking this hairpin really well, because it stops the back end spinning round. And we learnt that in this last week's lap time challenge. ASM, sorry, not ASM, but the counter steer assistance really did help with that Alphard round this little short circuit. A gear on the down change then. Like I say, if we can get anywhere near 2:10 laps, we're taking 5 to 7 laps, 5 to 7 seconds off the lap times we were doing previously. And we did 26 laps, and I think we were, I haven't really refreshed myself and watched the full video because I like to keep this a bit of a surprise just for myself. So 7 seconds a lap over 26 laps could be an extra lap, folks. That could be the 27th lap. As you know, I'm not ultra fast. I don't ever profess to be a fast guy. I just like to be smooth, steady and consistent. And with being smooth, steady and consistent, you can achieve so much. Sometimes it's great to sprint and put really, really fast laps in. But what you don't really get from that is the ability to reproduce. There you go. And I don't mean in that sense, folks. The ability to reproduce that fast lap every lap. You'll hit and miss those fast laps. You'll make the mistake. So consistency is a key, and there's a lesson in that for all of us, in terms of just being able to repeat that over and over again. Might seem very boring. It might not seem very race-like to just put repeated laps in, but I'll tell you this: repeated laps at a target time with no offs, no penalties, no failures is far better than one really good lap to get you the hot lap, to get you the fastest lap of the race, and at laps with penalties, etc. It's something I've learned on the Friday night drives, is to just be consistent. You'll get a podium, you will do, and it'll work for you on the daily races as long as you can get a clean one. If you can put regular repeated fast laps in, they don't even actually have to be majorly fast, but just put regular fast laps in, you can go miles in this game. We haven't really got much to commentate about in terms of opposition and where we are in the race, but let's see what we can do in terms of keeping the interest there as we talk our way through it. And you can probably hear my throat's a bit rubbish, but we'll keep at it. We'll get drinks as we pit stop. This is a dodgy curb, that one. The changes to update 1.31 make these curbs a bit icy, and that's all in preparation, folks, for the next update, which should be with us a week on Thursday, I would suggest. Maybe next week. Overnight tonight is your last night for the lap time challenge, and if you've looked at the leaderboards and you watch the friends list, you'll see I've jumped up. I'm still not on the front page. I was at 2.94%, and I thought, oh, 2 nights to go, I've really got to push. That's a cracking lap, a 2:09.791. So if we can improve our lap time a bit, we'll see where we are. But I was in the top 34,000 in the gold. So I tell you what, folks, there's a lot of people getting gold this month. It's been really good to have almost 35,000 people inside that top time. Is pretty good. I mean, they're going to give every one of you guys 2 million credits, and that's a lot of watering down of their money making scheme. Lots of people have a good old moan about cash for credits, but 2 million credits for just one lap. It's not one lap, I know, because we all put a number of laps in. But I thought I'd have another crack last night, and I thought I'd improve. And I've got a little video ready to go, which I'll put at the start of next week's. We know what next week's is going to be. We're doing the Radical around Seaside Gardens, and I do like the Radical. It's a very good car, but I'm guessing that they don't go and stuff sports hards on it and make you teeter it around the track. That would be just painful. But you know they do. You know they will. I've often questioned the size of the guy's head that makes the lap time challenges. You know, he's got to be a proper nerd to make those kind of things up. But they are a challenge, and I guess that's what they're on about. There's a challenge in it for your 2 million credits. But no, props to you all. I actually improved my time last night. I knocked half a second off. I got down into the 27s and put myself in the top 10,000. So I improved by 25,000 places without half a second, and again, that just shows how quick you guys are at this week's challenge. Really good effort. But we'll see how the Radical goes next week. So the last lap was a 2:09.791, and we beat that again, a 2:09.631. So we are beating that previous lap time by a good 7 seconds, which is pretty good for a fat old slow dude like myself. Just missed that braking point. I've got to do better. Just got to keep the laps consistent. So we're going to get another 4 laps in. It's just a question of whether we change tyres. I think we might get 2 stints out of each set of tyres, so that'll just shorten the pit stop a little bit. Stationary time in the pit stop's going to be around about 22 seconds from my little bit of practice beforehand. Pit stop total time is going to be around about 45 seconds, and we're hoping to do 3 stops. In the past, if we were to do laps of sevens, we would have potentially done 3 stops and a little short fill at the last one to take 3 laps of fuel to give us that potential for 27. What we're hoping to do this time is just have 2 laps of fuel at the end. That would be dead good, but not entirely sure how we're going to go with that yet. We just need to get closer to the end to work it out. But the counter steer assistance really is helping us get these laps in smooth. I might not risk not taking tyres, to be honest, for the 5 or 6 seconds it takes. Look how much the back end is actually sliding, even though it's got counter steer assistance on. It's only a little car, and you've got a best part of, I don't know, 300 brake horsepower through the back wheels. We're only on comfort soft, so normal road tyres. Not even super wide jobbies. Yeah, a little bit slower that time. Yeah, all because we messed up turn 1. But we're a minute ahead of the pack on lap 6. We might get 9 laps in. 9 laps in would mean it's a 2-stopper. That takes us to 27 anyway. 9 laps would be absolutely stupendous. See if we can get back to those 209s without overly slowing down. Soaring at the wheel a bit. I feel that the car's just getting away from me a little bit. Don't really know what the update 1.31 changes have made to the grip coefficient on these tyres. I don't know how they're going to perform as they go on length. And there's the first lap car ahead of us, potentially. I haven't caught a glimpse of where we are against the lap time. I haven't seen any purples, so I'm guessing we're down on time. Mr. Hunter in a beat 91. He's going to give us room. Well done. I don't like that curb we've just driven over. It's a little bit slippy for me. Back end's going wee. You just got to control that. The old counter steer assistance is doing well for us. As we say, we're targeting 210s. 210s are primarily where we want to be. That's what we've done our calculations on. That back end is lighting up. Might need to just balance the throttle a little bit. It's a 211, so we're losing it from sliding the car. We've just got to slow that down a little bit. Car is wanting to just break away a little bit more. See if we can keep those lap times up though. The less time stationary the better. The less pit stops we're doing, the better we will be. That was a red time. That'd be tremendous to get back to the leaderboard and have a time on them. I haven't actually put many videos in the last couple of weeks. I just haven't been able to string the sentences without coughing and choking for an hour, which has been really difficult. I've tried my damnedest. I've done my best. I've just tried to get it. YouTube's such a fickle thing. You need to keep posting to it to keep videos, keep people interested. I've got a nice little library. If you're watching for the first time and you don't understand what this channel's about getting people to enjoy the game. I've posted every video of every license and circuit experience. I haven't posted every race, but I've done every mission except for 2 races. Purely there's two true drift missions that I haven't been able to conquer myself. Might be easier actually to do them now since the update. We'll have to try those. But ultimately, this channel's about getting you through the grunge part of the game. The bit that everybody has to do to get you to the end so you can get racing and get enjoying the game. Doing the bit that everybody wants to do, which is the online racing. Now, it's not my favourite part of the game, the online. I prefer this bit. I prefer the missions, etc. So what I've done is I've invested my time into putting videos out there that you can watch, get setups from, get an understanding from, get you to the best part of the game. And all I ask you to do in return is to just like, subscribe and comment, and you'll keep getting you'll keep getting the content. It'll keep coming. I'll try and keep everything updated to the latest version of the game. I know I've got a big challenge coming up. I think on the headlines I see the fact that I'm gonna have to redo all the circuit experience because so much has changed. I just don't know how I'm going to be able to get my head around doing all that. It took me the best part of 3 months to do it all last time. But if it's not getting the watches, I'm not going to do it, folks, generally. I do a few requests, so if you want me to see something, or if you've got a car you want to understand if it's capable of doing something, or will it win this mission, will it win that mission, and you haven't been able to do it yourself, let me know and I'll have a crack at it. I don't mind doing that at all, it's good fun actually. But what I won't do is I won't give you BS about it. I will generally try my best. I'll try and put a setup to it, and for those guys that want to send me setups and work with the car to do that, I will do that, but I'll give it my own opinion. I try to race it in a way that everybody can do it. I drive setups on face value. Sometimes I don't get it right. Fighting this car now. As the tyres are getting worse, it's slip sliding everywhere. And I'm coming across guys now are racing their own race. So these guys will be focused on racing each other and not getting out of the way for me. So I might just have to force my way through. Lots of opposite lock then. Holy chipotle. And we've got 1.1 laps of fuel left for lap 8, lap 9. I think we'll get that lap in. There'll be a full tank of gas. Tyres are good. We're going to have to change them. We won't get them all the way through. Just looking at the time, we're going to be pulling into the pits at around about 40 minutes just, I would suggest. So that's 20 minutes for the first stint, which would kind of suggest that we're going to get the 26 laps, which would be tremendous. I just don't know how close we're going to get to that 27th. What we're going to have to do is try and clean these laps up and just keep doing 210s. As you can see, since lap 5 the lap time has just tailed off a little bit. The car back end has just got a bit virile. It's got a bit lively, a bit loose. And that all comes from the changes in the TC. We're running TC1, as you know, as I said at the start. The difficulty with TC1 is TC1 has a bit more speed to it, but it has a bit less traction control than it used to. Getting past number 10 there, Mr. Bishop in 10th place. Coming up to Mr. Deriucci. It's a lovely name. I do like that. And then Mr. Blazan in the Coppen. Friend Mr. Hazal, who almost crossed my hands then. That's naughty bad, isn't it? Mr. Gallo's gone to the pits. Everybody's gone to the pits, so they're pitting on the 8th lap. We're going to pit on the 9th lap. Back end swooping. 0.2 laps of fuel. We've just had to lift off a few times for the back end being very, very twitchy. Let's get into the pits then with everybody else. We're going to change and we're going to take all the fuel. So we came in at 39.52. So it's going to be very, very tight for that 27th lap. Whoa, that's a good drink. I do enjoy that. It's very, very cold. 6 seconds to change the tyres. Pit stop time currently looking, we said 44 seconds. Most of the time is dedicated to fuel. So we just passed 35, 38, 40, 1, 2, 3, 4 seconds stationary, 44 seconds stationary. and we're back on the gas. 2 minutes 27 seconds ahead of everybody else. So almost a full lap. Fastest lap of the race at 2:09.631. As you know, you can't get the fastest lap on the in lap or the out lap. So this one we've just got to scamper around, try and keep the car smooth. We want to try and save some of the tyres for the later laps, but these are the laps where the tyres will be at the best. Mr. Fraga, thank you very much, sir, just leaving room, really appreciate that, thank you. Get it into fourth gear, short shift it round, try and keep that traction, try not to slip the rears too much. It's not saying we're going to get 9 laps this time. We'll be able to manage that, I think. We genuinely need to be 2 stops and crossing that line right at the death. So we're back behind Mr. Bishop, I think. Mr. Bishop, it might be the car in 10th place, I think. That's who was in 10th place before the round of pit stops. But there might have been a bit of a jumble up as people are just pushing on. So we've got a gap, which is great because that gives the opportunity for us to run 3 laps. And we've also, if you'll notice, after laps 6, 7 and 8 maybe, we've been overtaking back markers, so that has been another thing to give us a hindrance and just to stop us being able to hit those 2:09s. Say targets of 2:10 is where we want to be. See if we can do a 2:10 on the out lap at this next lap, would be really good. Just going to brake a fraction earlier and just try and coast a little bit to try and stretch this fuel out. We want that 9th lap. If I can short shift as well, that's going to help us on fuel consumption as well, because you're using a higher gear to accelerate. So just got to tap the brakes, pull the nose in, and then just have a little twitch from the rear. So Mr. Lenoir, he's a new name, I don't notice him. Mr. Simmons coming up to Mr. Kevelum, we've seen him before, and then Mr. Wilk, a fearsome competitor. Bit of a draft off the 91 from Mr. Wilk, thank you, sir. Nice little slide through that corner with the back end. Same sort of slides we go through there. That counter steer assist really helping with the slide there. Definitely having to use a modicum more of throttle control since the update. Mr. Yamanaka, we're through into back up to the 6th place car to lap now. This feels fairly fast this lap. He says that without knowing at all about the time. But there's still people going to the pits. That's a 2:10. That's pretty good compared to where we were. That was Mr. Sugawara gone to the pits. So up behind Mr. Miyazano and Mr. Galla, they're still fighting it out at the front. They're swapping places backwards and forwards. Well done, guys. Just keep it on going. Keep them laps running. We are running our own race. See if we can get somewhere near that lap time. Gonna try and run some consistent laps now, as we always try to do. So if anybody does ask, this is entirely my own setup. I did this one, and I'm not brilliant at setups. I tend to generally use the default settings from the kit you buy. My thought and theory is that they're going to somewhere abouts to where they need to be. Or what good are they? Most people refine their setups for their own personal taste, which I fully understand. People have asked me to do a setup video, but folks, I'm not your guy for that. I don't. There are people out there that do that. My main aim here is to get you through these races, get you to gold, and that's what we aim to do. I try to throw in a bit of real life and a bit of commentary and a bit of something different, try and label it up my own way. And I tell you, I really enjoy it, folks. It's something that I do come back to all the time. I get very little out of it from any other way. A little bit of self-pride. Happy in the knowledge that people are doing it. It's really good to get comments and messages back. Not so good to get some criticism, but we all don't like criticism, do we? You know, generally I don't really get criticism. I get people pointing stuff out, which is great, and I do make some mistakes, folks. I generally do. You know, I harp on about stuff and I'll say something that completely off the wall. So I'll sometimes say seconds for minutes and minutes for seconds, or I don't know, made some right faux pas, but thankfully you guys don't point them out so much and I have to pick them out myself. But oh, it's great fun. It's not great fun, to be honest, to watch the video back and think, oh, did I say that? I've not actually had to cut anything out yet that I've said in the past. You know, sometimes I put my foot in it a little bit by misquoting. I think I did one the other day by saying, I remember these cars from the late 80s, early 90s. No, definitely late 80s, and the car wasn't actually built till the 2090s, till the 1990s. But hey, I'm getting on a bit. That was a terrible last corner. The car just absolutely slid through there and wasn't controllable. Front end bombed. I think I'm smashing the brakes a bit too much. Again, if they've messed with the ABS, I think, a bit. We're on lap 13. Tyres are kind of looking ropey. We need that fuel to come back. We need to find about 0.2 of a lap if we're going to get the 9th lap in. Oh, we're coming up to overtake Sandy again, back to the lap cars. See if we can short shift a bit in 4th. It just slows the acceleration down a bit, but pick up some draft if we can. The 211's not brilliant. We need to pick that up, but we've been experiencing a couple of corner issues, haven't we? So let's just get the shoe on. Let's go. Focus and concentrate. Nicely hit the apex on T1. Might have been a bit slow, but hey, let's keep going. Starting to lap these cars again. Start the whole process all over again. There I am saying, oh, look at that, it's slow. We've actually hit purple sector. Sometimes the slow ones are the fast ones. Is that Mr. Pinnell? It is. We'll see if he's going to make room for us. Pulled over to the right. We like a wide entry in here. We don't go narrow. Keep it in 3rd gear this time. Then we'll boot it. Up into 4th. See if we're down to red or back to purple. Purple. Need to get that front end in. Let's see if we can put a fastest lap in without destroying the tyres. See if we can just be smooth. We need to be doing 4 more laps. Try 3rd gear around here to try and just save us dropping that gear and keep the fuel consumption. And keep the speed up, the momentum going. 4th gear, 3rd, back to 4th, try and just short shift it through. Don't know how it'll do for speed there. It's not the fastest lap of the race, but we're back in the 209s. That's great, that's good. It's where we need to be. Mr. Kawakami, he's just moved over for us. Thank you, sir. He's not going to move off the apex though, we'll just have to go round him. Probably could have cut back in, but you know, he was popping and banging. Thought we'd give him the line. Lap 15. Feeling okay with this. I know it's going to be tight at the end. The maths say it's going to be tight. I'd actually be happy with 26. I'd be over the moon with 27, but not going to count the chickens just yet. Took us a long time to get to 26. Just got to see if I can get this extra fuel out of this lap. I've blown it. Blown it, blown it, blown it. That's not great, is it? Oh dear. Oh, I wasn't expecting that. The car was actually performing really, really well. And then back tyres on the edge, got comfortable, messed it up. This is going to be a 220, maybe a 218, which blows all the effort that we put in. There I was thinking about the tyres. No, I wasn't. I was thinking about the fuel and trying to eke the fuel out, running a higher gear, and that corner just caught me. The back end's gone all really fishtaily and all uncontrollable. But let's keep going. Get a mind back on the game. This is how you got to do it, folks. Sometimes you got to mistake. Sometimes. We have got other races we can try and get in the top 10 stars with. I want to do them with different cars though. I know I'm repeating a race and it's a bit naughty. Here we go with 220. Yeah, that's where we lost 10 seconds because of that little spin. That's it's a bit naughty. Just got to pay attention. We're into the last 3 laps of this stint, so 16, 17, end of 18 we're going to pit. We're probably going to be a minute off the target time. Disappointed? Yeah. Angry with myself? Yeah. Able to get over it? Yeah. I think so. Tell you again. But it's a lot of time spent. Do enjoy this though. Fastest lap again, look. Potential fastest lap. Which just makes me think, yes, well done, son. Just keeps the little pecker up, you know, it just keeps the motivation going. That was a big slide through there. Car's really slowed. That's probably blown the chance at the fastest lap. But Mr. Lenoir, gonna come through your inside. Excuse me, sir. It's there that I normally lose it. In my little warm-up laps, that's where it went. what it did do, that little spin, is it gave us the bit of fuel back that we were missing to get that 9th lap in. We've just got another lap to do before we get the fuel warning. Don't think this will be a PB, but it's there in the 209s. That's what we need to be doing, and especially this late on. I say this late on, this part of the stint, when the tyres are on the way out. Look how much it was sliding there, and we are running all the downforce, all of it, just to try and give this car the stability, because it's all over the place when it wants to be. Don't run off the circuit for me, just slow down, and you just got to lift your foot off when it locks up, and it looks like it's not doing it. We used to first gear this corner, but it now works in second. Everybody seems to have the little favourite car for this one. Every car can win this race, folks. Every K-Cup car. Every eligible. The Cappuccino, the Beat 91 with the engine swap, it can't do it without. The Coppen can do it, the S660 can do it. They're all capable. Mr. Kevelan, Mr. Wilk, just going to slip past you guys, apologies. Don't want to ruin your race. Don't hit me up. Oh, we've got a slider on. Did alright to catch that though. She's just getting a bit twitchy as she comes out of the last 2 laps of the stint. Just got to use all the track there. We use second gear to control that slide. Third gear, try and stop it happening anyway. It has happened. There's a group of 4 in front of us. I think if they've pitted already, maybe. Or are they going to be pitting this lap round? They should have pitted on 16, I would have thought. They're probably pitting next time round then. We've got 1.3 laps of fuel. We're going to easily make it. Then we're going to take, this will be our last stop. We're a little bit over our target time for 27 laps. Oh, we just got a little helping hand there from that opponent. Didn't catch his name as we went past. But we're now on the last lap of the stint. The rears are looking a little bit better than last time. We'll have to see how we go. I've already had one 360, I don't want any more. Just 3/4 of a second down on our PB, 0.607. Last lap was a 2:11, which averages out with the 2:09 the lap before it, which quite comfortable with. 2:10s was always the target, using all the road and the grass for 2 tyres. That should make those back 2 tyres a little bit more slippy. Coming up on Mr. Fraga, he's not one for giving us room here. We're just going to have to make it. Slip up his inside, second gear to get the back end going. And we're pitting this time, we don't want to forget that. We're going to have half a lap of fuel left at the end of this one. And they're all in the pits as well. Look, Mr. Miazano, Mr. Gallo, Mr. Cookabun. So we're going to get past them on fresh tyres. If they're in the pits now, they'll be leaving as we come out. They've long gone. This should be our last pit stop. Soft tyres, and we're going to fill all the way. Where are we? Not into the 19 minutes. if we play this right, we can hit that 27 minutes. 27 laps. They've done it again. Maybe not. It might just cut us off as we start the 27th. We might be 26. We're the only one in the pits right now. Probably gonna have to lap them all again. Here we go. I'm gonna take all the fuel, even though there's a potential we won't do that 27th lap. Let's take it all. Let's go. Here we go. Somebody's just coming out the pits from lower down the field. The last pit stop was a 2:40 lap time. We did that. Oh no, that was the out lap, wasn't it? It was 2:40. We can't quite see that that last time, but let's see how we go. We've got this then. This is the last stint now. We're on our way. Let's see if we can get somewhere near that 27 target. The math says 27 isn't possible, but 26 should be easy. Easy, he says. It's never easy. Look how much that's sliding. And I have got a right sweat on. It's hot, baby. You don't get times as you go around. You don't get against your fastest lap times. On your in laps, well, on your in laps you do. On your out laps you don't, because you haven't got the same start point for the lap as other laps. There's no way for them to determine the actual pit stop position for the relevant car. They haven't plotted pit positions. They just animate the pit stop, which is a little bit strange. It was a strange choice to do it that way, when you could actually have the amount of pit stalls. There's only 16 cars in any race, you know. So quite why they didn't do it that way, I suppose it was just a design choice in the gaming process, to be honest. Now we can burn all the fuel we need to in this part of the race. So we were a whole second quicker than our last out lap, which is good. Always improving, that's what we need to be. Mr. Wilt, we've overtook you a few times today, sir. Thank you for being generous. You've got behind Mr. Kevelham though, and we're going to take him quite sharp and early. Mr. Yamanaka, haven't seen much of you today, sir. I've seen your lovely aubergine car colour before though. Mr. Cookerburn is overtaking Mr. Hunter down in 20th place. How are we going to get past you two guys? Am I going wide and round you both? I am. Thank you very much. Front end's gone out. Let's get it back in. Lift the throttle. We're on lap 20. 15 minutes to do 6 laps. So we're missing the apex because we're mashing the brakes. Can't mash the brakes all the way to the bottom. The ABS will cut in and it will lengthen your braking distance, which they've done really well to simulate, because that's a real thing, folks. That really does happen. ABS helps you to stop. It cuts out the slide, but it will lengthen your stopping distance. We really had to throw the steering wheel then to bring the front end round to the same position as orientation as the rear. Mr. Sugawara in 4th. I'm going to go around the outside of you, sir. Don't come out wide and hit me. That's not how we play this game. Not when I've lapped you thrice already. An 11. Yeah, not brilliant. Let's keep pushing. 14 minutes remaining. I mashed the brakes a bit there again. Caught the slide though as we lifted off the brakes. I've just been doing the maths in my head, and I think 27 is still a realistic possibility if my maths are now right. It's the 28th that isn't possible. And he says that as he goes purple sector by 0.11, which again is a little boost of confidence. But is my brain playing tricks on me, and it's actually the 26th that's possible? I don't know. I'm still pushing for it. I'm still wanting that 27th lap. There's a 209.694, so that's almost our PB. Almost. We're doing well. We're doing well. We're doing all right. Let's keep spirits up. Let's just keep pushing. Generally, folks, the more buoyant you are, the better you're going to do. Overconfidence is a killer, though. I have to say that, and I'm probably overconfident at the 27, but let's see how we do. 0.11 down against our fastest lap, and that's because we just slightly overran that first corner. Let's see if we can make that back up though, because we're capable. Blue flags being waved to what will potentially be position number 20. Is it 20 cars in this race? It's Mr. 19, Mr. Pinell. We blew that corner, didn't we? Is it going to leave us room up the inside? There we go. Back in by 0.237. Happy days. Let's see. That's given us a chance. Come on. Let's go, go, go. Big slidey corner. Keep it under control. Let's push for the end of this lap. Do we get a little time indicator as we come up under the bridge? Or does it keep us waiting all the way to the end? It keeps us waiting all the way to the end. We only get 2 indicators the whole lap. That was probably just a little bit of a change down that cost us the PB. Let's see how we do. Ah, just outside. Come on. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Just under 10 minutes remaining. 4 more laps will be 27. All we have to do is get the nose of the car across the line for that 27th lap. Mr. Kawakami in 18th place. Gonna go around the outside here. That was a little twitch on the old steering wheel then. Ooh, was it? Didn't know which way to go. picked a line and followed it. Go for the smoke, Cold Trickle. Aim for the smoke. We're not getting a time indicator on how far ahead we are. But they're going to the pits now, so we're going to do some more catching up and more overtaking. Holy hell. Three-quarters of a second down on our previous lap. Not forgetting, on our previous lap we were 0.237 up. So this is a shockingly poor effort. Need to be in the 210s though, if we're going to push for this 27. Keep yourself interested. If we say it's not possible, it won't be. We won't push, and we've got to push. We've got to drive for it. So just under 8 minutes remaining. 4, 5, 6. We're only going to get 26 laps, it looks like, which will be gutted. That spin cost us 10 seconds. And plenty of laps outside our target of 210. Real shame we didn't get round that T1 again. Mashed on the brakes. Mr. Simmons in 17th place. He's going to leave us room. He is. Tyres are feeling fairly good on the 6th lap of this stint. To do this in 2 stops though is still pretty good effort. We're doing it on fuel map 6, so we could potentially go faster. I don't think we'll go seismically faster, and I think we'll use more fuel and we'd have to stop more. It does kind of go against some of the principles we've encountered in these races. We were 0.235 up there again and blew it into that corner. Mr. Sugawara's gone to the pits. There's some unusual pit stopping taking place when normally they all pit together. We're having to drive it. It won't drive itself even with these helps. These help aids, we're really having to wrestle it. And lift the throttle. I think we're about 35 seconds short of being able to complete the 27th lap. That was a 2:09.980, so we're pushing, but we're not fast enough. Getting a 27 lapper almost guarantees us a top 10 star, but we're not going to do that today by the looks of it. I don't believe. Probably should have ran 4th gear out there to try and stop that side shift, that slip. He says that and we purple sector. How is that possible? How is that even possible? 20th place again. Really putting the laps down. Back end is just going everywhere. Tyres are down to about 50% and they're feeling ropey. Folks, I'm looking at the time and I don't know how I've done this. We're going round onto lap 26 with 3.5 minutes to spare. That means the 27 is on. Oh, it's the first time we've seen it, the first time we've been able to calculate it, and it's there to be done. We say goodbye to Mr. Deriucci. We've got Mr. Hazal, the old compadre, the old adversary who puts in many, many thousands of laps against us. Mr. Wong, first time we've seen you today. We've only overtook you a number of times, but I haven't mentioned your name. I'm now shaking because I didn't think 27 was on. We're going to improve our PB, folks. We are going to do better than we've ever done before at this race, and we're going to end up potentially, let's say, second place on our friends list. But I know if we run 210s, 209s, which we're capable of, every set, and possibly, let's just see how close we are. If there's 26 seconds in it, I don't think there will be. But 27 is a doer. And this is a great little car, this Beat 91 with the engine swap. K-swap it is. Let's K-swap the world. And if it's a top 10 stars probable, we would really enjoy it. It would make my day. It would put these long nights of cold and flu into a top hat. It really would. Be nice to just overtake Mr. Fraga on the final stretch as well, wouldn't it? Let's just get it past him. But Mr. Wilkes doing well at this point. Come on, move it. Blue flags, dude. Well, I think we'd have to do significantly better to get to the 28th lap. But as we come across here, we are seeing lap 27 about to tick on. We've got 1.2 laps of fuel, which means we're going to get to the end of the race with plenty of fuel. We're going past Mr. Cookabun. Lap 27 we're on. There's a new record, folks. For those of you that are still watching, those of you that have been with us on this journey, just like to say a massive thank you for sticking with us. I'm going to pat myself on the back, have a bit of a glory lap, because the race is going to tick down and all the guys will pass over the red line, over the finish line, and come to a stop. But we will just keep on ticking. They're probably on lap 25, maybe 24. We've lapped them all at least twice, maybe 3 times. That was a 2:11. This has been a really good stint, this last one. Every lap underneath a 2:12, which is 5 seconds better than we were doing last time out. We've only had one lap, really, other than in our out lap, that was a disastrous time, and we had the spin just there on something like lap 15 or 16. And we're putting in a purple sector on the final lap of the race. That is just goes to say what we're doing. That's the finish flag. 0 time tick pass just then. Anybody crossing the line now is taking the checkered flag. They won't be competing anymore. We are just sliding everywhere because these rear tyres are done for. Mr. Yamanaka in 4th. Why, that looks like Mr. Pinell again in front. It really shouldn't be. It is. Ooh. Mr. Yamanaka, steady on, son. We're on our victory lap here. We're doing glory stuff. We're drifting and we shouldn't be. I'll just say it, folks. This is lap 27. New record stuff. as we're putting those back tyres to waste. And here we go through the line. Should I finish it in the pits? No, we won't. Taking the checkered flag for 27 laps and a new record. Happy days. I am stoked. Oh, well done. New update 1.31. There she is. 1 minute and 58 seconds. 2 laps over everybody else on the most. 3 laps and 4 laps on the guys at the back. We got the fastest lap with a 2:09.631. There she is. Lovely skin by JB. That's a few months old now, mate, but that gets me the victory. Thank you, buddy. And there's his logo on the side of the car. Shall we see how we did? Second. Does that mean we're a top 10 star or not? Now, last time it did, but I don't know whether it will be. We're in 4th on the top 10 stars. Done it again, boys and girls. Happy days. Oh, and it's really late at night, and I'm going to post this tonight as well, so I've got to compile this video. But with that, thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for being here. Thank you very much for listening to me ramble on. The aim is for you to take that setup, get the engine swap, get the car, and to go and do it yourself. You know it's possible. You can do it. We'll see you on the next one, folks. Take care. All the best. Bye now.